Hello everyone, this is Janika again for another theme week, and this time we celebrate our own planet, we celebrate the Earth. And for me, the Earth has its strengths in its different colors and its different people, in the diversity of all these cultures, of all these styles, all the huge variety of things, and it makes for me the world so interesting and so beautiful to have all these different things that I wrote also a song about celebrating this diversity and all these cultures and living in peace together. There is another thing, because tour with Hagi, a fan reached out to me. He was from Syria and he told me that he would really love to show me his country, to bring me to Damascus and to show me around. And I saw how proud he was about his country and how beautiful his memories were, and it touched me deeply in my heart because I knew at the same time how bad the situation in Syria at that moment was and how uncertain the future of the country. So I thought, okay, will this be possible? And I felt sad at the same moment because I even had to ask this question. And all these thoughts touched me so deeply that it really inspired me for one of the main hooks of the songs, and I put it inside. And it is also my personal wish that wars will end and we will have such a beautiful life together. When I think about Syria, I also think about different music. When we were on tour with molllust with Off in Land together, I heard, of course, a lot of more oriental drum patterns. And so one of the main things for the music in the verses was the more oriental orientated drum pattern, from which on I built like the complete melodies and everything. So let's have a short look at the drum pattern.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And another thing that was really important for me was that the string players also play a bit different than they usually do in classical musicals. So they play a lot of slurs, which is unusual for Western European music. I also took little ideas of other cultures. For example, I took an African drum pattern and divided the rhythms between all the instruments of my band, and so we have like a very diverse rhythm part in the middle, and also put some Asian notes inside, but always linking it with the classical Western harmonies that it still stays one song. And for this song, I actually need your help. When we want to talk about diversity and about everybody coming together and celebrating our different cultures together, then we need different voices and different languages in this song. And so I wanted to make a collage of different persons in this song in the center of the song, and therefore I need all of your voices. Send us a short audio file as high resolution as possible to build in, where you talk in your native language and you say something like, I'm a child of this earth. I'm very, very, very excited about putting all of you into our music actually. This dream of being all together, living in peace together and celebrating all these different facets of our humanity and of our planet. For this dream we also have an item. The perk of the week is a dream catcher. Lisa built it actually, she's really skilled, because she's a violin maker and so handcraft is her thing.
Hello, this is Lisa, and today I want to show you this nice dream catcher. Every piece is special, handmade by me. So I wish you sweet dreams.
So if you like it, reach out to our crowdfunding campaign page. Otherwise, you can also stay here, of course, because I will stay in this live stream and you can ask me a lot of questions, chat a bit, hang out a bit, and otherwise we'll see you next week again. Next week we won't be at another planet, but I also dedicated a song to our eternal companion, to the moon. So see you! Hello everyone, here I am, and I'd love to take the time to talk a bit with you and to chat a bit about the song or about other stuff that is just comes to your mind. So if you have questions like to the video I was just showing to you or to other stuff, and just feel free to ask right in the chat in case you're on YouTube, or otherwise come here when you are on Facebook, go and you want to write into the chat. As this is a restream from the molllust YouTube channel to Facebook, you can write it there, and then it will also disappear here on the right side on the stream. And I wanted to go on with an aspect I was already talking about in the video, and this is like the aspect, my dream to put everybody together in one song, and I need your voices. For me it's really, really important that this world is not divided, but that we as humans are a unity, that we stand together and help each other and are a community that is supportive. And this is the vibe I really wanted to have into this song, and this is why I want to build this collage of a lot of different voices in a lot of different languages. So if you want to be part and you want to be inside of our song, just feel free to send us this one sentence, I'm a child of this earth, in your mother language, mother tongue, that you just record it and send it. The way is not so important. You can send it to us via Facebook or directly via email, or I type my email in the chat that you know where to send it. So, yeah, cool. I can consider already one in, that's cool. And so, but it will become, of course, greater the more people join us here and the more different voices we can have into this collage in the song, so that we have really a variety of different voices and languages inside. So, how are you in these times? Is the Corona time hard for you, or do you feel well? Do you feel lonely, or do you feel like things are almost like normal? How do you pass the time? For me, actually, I'm missing the live concerts, and I'm missing to meet people in person, but the general work isn't so much different, because also in normal times I'm doing a lot of stuff at home, like rehearsing or teaching or writing on the songs or preparing things like this live stream, and so all these things I can still do. So basically I'm all the time busy and don't hang on my couch and think about, oh, what to do now. So how's it with yours? Can you continue with your stuff, or do you have to pause with everything? I got a question in the chat if you have to write it or to say it. Yeah, we want to have an audio collage, so you have to say it, that we have your voice really inside of the collage. Of course, we can't just put the typing in the audio, of course. Okay, so I read that you are all, or some of you are still having quite a normal life, a lot of going on. Yeah. Wow, we even went to America, that's cool. So we stream around half of the world. Yeah, we hope also that we can tour at some point in America. Actually, it's not so easy to come as a band to America, because it's quite a way. The flights are expensive, and it's also a thing to get the working permissions, which is also expensive. But I really, really hope that we can make this happen one day. In general, I really love touring, and this is also something that's great on this, to be on this planet Earth, to come around and to see so many different kind of people and nations and cultures when you are on tour. Usually when we are on tour, we can't see so super much of the countryside because we are obviously quite busy with the concerts, but what we have the chance is always to talk with the people afterwards or even beforehand, and to feel the spirit at each place. And it's really cool sometimes to see how different the spirit is in different places when you play concerts. So, for example, when we come like to Turkey or to Latin America, the crowd is usually super enthusiastic and very loud, like a bit louder than, I would say, the average German, who is a bit more like looking like this at the concerts. Not everybody, of course, we have also party people here in Germany, but from the tendency. And so it's always super interesting to see how different the concerts are in all these places. Do you for concerts travel around, or do you only visit concerts like in your area when it's not Corona and concerts are closed, of course? For me, I know I was in like most of the continents already, but for concerts I was like in Europe, in Asia, and also in like Latin America. Of course, not all with molllust, but of course also many of them with Haggard on tour. And oh, we have a guest from Romania. Yeah, to play in Romania is really cool. I did that with Haggard, and the spirit was super. In addition, it's also so Romania is special for me because with Haggard we have Romanian bandmates, and so we get a lot of the Romanian spirit also in the Haggard backstage, and so it's always cool to come also to the country and to have like the connection. And I also visited the country once and was looking at a lot of cool places in Transylvania, visiting my bandmates, and that was really cool. Okay, you played a lot of concerts in German towns. Yeah, me as well. I guess the most concerts I did was definitely in Germany, because obviously I'm living here in Germany, and so it's the closest way. And you're right, every concert is somehow different. Of course, it's always a slightly different vibe in the audience, and there are always like these little unexpected things happening, which is also something of the specialty of live shows that make each concert completely different in a way. And but at some point I start to mix up concerts, I have to be honest, in my memories, because at some point I remember a lot of cool stories, but I don't remember anymore where was which one. And then at some point I think, okay, when I'm entering a club, I think I've been here, but I don't know when, and I don't know the exact circumstances, but something comes up in my mind again. So, yeah, things come together. Ah, you come from Transylvania? That's cool, because Transylvania is really beautiful. I really like the landscape with these huge mountains. I went up there on the mountains and had a great view, and this was super amazing. So for me, also when we talk about this song about Earth, there is one thing what is behind this is a huge dream for me. It's this dream that we can all live in peace together, and that no matter where you are raised or where you are born, you have the chance to develop in whatever direction you want, that you don't have to worry about what to eat or how to survive, but that everybody who wants to be an artist can be an artist, everybody that wants to be a scientist can be a scientist, and so on and so on. That would be a real cool thing, and I really hope that at one point we can manage as a society to get that, to get our system running in a way that we can all have a great time, no matter from which background we are. And I think that the world connects more and more, and people see each other more and more because everything gets more and more connected. And maybe we can also find like good global solutions for these big problems at some point. I didn't lose my hope for humanity. Now, you were in Germany, in Berlin. Yeah, I was also in Berlin already, several times, because my city isn't that far from Berlin, so I'm currently living in Leipzig. And of course, everybody goes at some point to the capital, but it's not that I'm there like every day or so. Played some concerts there, visited the city, just like a mixture of tourism and also, doing concerts. So, do you have like dreams for the world, or things that you would like have to happen? It can be like super strange stuff or super usual stuff, things that you wish for the future, or that you wish to appear at some point in this world. Actually, the invention I would really appreciate would be that one can beam from another place to the next one, because it would make touring way easier. It would also be cool to be able to sleep in one's bed and still being on tour at the same time. Of course, I really love traveling and to come to different places, but the travel itself is the hard part. It's cool to be at a point and really having the time to see something from the cities. That's really something I'm sad about on the tours, that it's usually so few time to really do sightseeing, because I'm always really curious about the cities I come inside, and wanted to see something of the culture and of the cities, and also of nature, of course. So when we're driving through the landscapes and I'm watching a bit out of the window, I'm like always quite impressed when at some point I see like super beautiful sights when I absolutely didn't expect it, and just was thinking of, okay, we just go from one place to the next. For example, this January we were with Haggard on tour in Colombia and in Mexico, and it was for me the very first time to go to Colombia, and I was like had no idea what to expect, because I've never been in that country, and I was like super amazed about the landscapes, about all the mountains, and was like gluing on the window of a tour bus, and I was like, oh wow, this is so beautiful, I could watch it all day. Unfortunately, I was so tired of all the traveling that I fell asleep at some point.
So I guess I missed part of the landscape, but that's another story that happens quite often on tour to me. It's my like energy safe mode to be full of energy when the show starts again. Okay, there are some dreams. You have the dream that we don't take our shows too serious. Yeah, that's true. Well, Kings of the World. That's a word for our band as well, huh? Yes, that's a cool dream. Of course, at some point when you're doing stuff and doing, at some point you perhaps can get the idea of that this is the most important thing ever and that nothing else is important, but yeah, that's not the reality. In most cases you're just one of a lot of things happening in the world, and your personal struggle sometimes stresses you way too much. Okay, and you go on a European trip. Yes, there are a lot of beautiful sites in Europe, and Europe is really, really diverse. I think I visited a lot of countries, not every, but a lot. And in each country I found something that I found really, really cool. And I thought, okay, it would be so cool to take like a piece of everything you experience when you're traveling and take it home with you, but of course it's not always possible. For example, when I'm more in the southern parts, I love the sun, and I also love the sunny temperament of many people, because I can also be quite extroverted when I'm in a good mood, and it's really cool when people like are partying on the street and really showing their emotions. I like that. But on the other hand, I also like these moments, these more introverted moments when you're more alone. For example, in winter, when it's really cold, I'm the type of, I'm always freezing in winter. So it's the time where I'm at my flat with like a hot tea or something like that, and covered with a lot of covers. And so there's then my mood of listening to music and coming down. So I love when it's sometimes like this, sometimes like that, so that you have the diversity. Okay, someone more who wants to do a Europe trip. Yeah, I really hope that this virus stuff will end soon. But I'm of course understanding that it's really important to have this thing under control, because it's of course no solution that we endanger people with opening everything super fast again and ignoring what is going on. But of course I prefer way more if things can get back to normal, and I really hope that we find a solution for this virus soon, and that we can travel again. Because live concerts and visiting other countries, this is really something I'm really missing. Okay, you came around a bit with all these countries. I stopped counting. I think in the west, from everything that was western from Germany and Europe I visited, and also that's in the south, but in the east I left out some. So, do you have some specific questions about me? So I'm talking all the time, so when you have a question that's not related to whatever I'm talking right now, You can write it, of course. I will answer. For here, going on the streets right now is kind of strange also, because everybody is like forced to wear masks, and it really feels a bit like super anonymous when everybody has this thing over the face. Oh, like this one, like our mask, like, and you only see the eyes, and not really if people are smiling or not. It feels somehow very anonymous and somehow very distant. But yeah, perhaps at some point we will also get used to that. So, if there aren't any more questions, I guess it's time to say goodbye for today. And we'll meet again next Monday with another song. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and see you soon.